What's up, guys? This is Tabletop Vibes, and today we're taking a look at Wondrous Creatures by Bad Comet Games. Jason, what did you think about this? Give us a little overview?
Yeah, this is a great game. I had so much fun playing this game. I know you did as well.
Yeah.
So with this one, there is a mysterious island full of mysterious creatures never before seen. And you are an enthusiast going to acquire these creatures into your menagerie.
Yeah.
And the person with kind of the most elaborate menagerie wins at the end of the game. So
With the most victory points.
Yeah. So each of these cards, they're beautiful. There is, I don't think there's any duplicates of any cards. There's a little bit of art duplication, but
Yeah,
I
not
think every
that I
card
saw.
is unique, I believe.
The art is beautiful.
Yep.
And, all of the illustrations are great. I mean, and even, we'll talk more about it, but, the tags on the cards, you got monkeys, chameleons, dragons, Cretaceous creatures, fish. But, the monkeys, their abilities on the cards are they grab other things, right? And the chameleons...
They align with what they are.
And the chameleons change their tag, and then, so it has, the thematicness pours through in the cards and in the theme.
And even all the abilities, they're all unique. Each card has its own unique ability, and
there's-
they all interweave together.
And we were talking about it. There's not a bad card.
No.
When you start, you can play the starter set that helps you learn the game, or you can just deal 8 cards, choose 4, and that's your starting. But the 4 that I had that I didn't use, I wanted to use.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
you're just there's just no bad cards. It's awesome.
Right.
So.
So, probably just get into the game itself so you can kind of see how it works. So, initially, you're going to do this setup. Again, you're going to start with those 4 cards. And then for your first action, you have to take one of 4 mandatory actions.
Sure.
And so the first one is going to be placing your crew. And this is going to be your crew from your expedition that's going to go off into the island, and you're going to acquire resources. There's 4 different types of resources in the game.
Yep.
Or you can use those same locations that you go adjacent to acquire additional creature cards. And that's kind of a neat little feature because you get to choose which one you want to do.
Yeah, and you can balance it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can take, if you're and you play by hexes, so the whole board is on hex. You have to play in between your 2 hexes. A lot of there's some, what's the word?
Terrain types?
Terrain types, and you have restrictions, that's the word it is, that you cannot play on, and you have asymmetric abilities that allow you to play on certain terrain types.
Once you unlock them,
Once you unlock them, right. But then you're placing them, and then you're also taking. So if you took a coral, you had 2 corals there, you can take 2 corals, or you can take 1 coral and 1 coral card.
Absolutely.
It's a blast.
So that is the placement action of your guys.
Yeah, and the second action is you can spend to put down 2 cards.
Right. Spend your resources.
Yeah, you have to spend your resources, and you're building them up on your tableau on your player board, and then you're spending them down to put out cards. You can put up to 2 cards at one time, and then these cards all have different abilities that trigger at certain times, and that's the second
Right.
action.
So you have instant abilities.
Yeah.
You have endgame abilities, and then you have the
Recharge abilities.
recharge / whenever it activates abilities, and that really
Yeah.
gets to the core of the mechanical and engine building of the game.
Yeah, 100%.
And how they all interweave. And this is where the replay value really, really shines.
Yeah, and I think it was funny because
Yeah.
while we were playing it, we were like, oh, yeah, oh my gosh, look at this combo, and it's all clicking, right? And I think that's the great part about this game.
And this is definitely going to be some terms you just do a simple action. In other terms, you're going to have this build up, and you're going to say, I can do this, and then I can do this, and then I can play this, and then I get this, all in one turn that you set up.
Yeah, I mean, really kinda cool. You have the kind of lead up and ramp up turns that make I called it a power move. I was crying a lot of dragons, so it was a power move. But the other turns feel just as good, though. I would say there's no letdown in the other turns, because I know some games have that where it's just nothing's happening, and then boom, one move. But it's all kind of leading up to a bunch of little moves, and then you'll have your move where everything kind of combos.
Right. So the third action you can do is you can claim an achievement. So aside from building this engine of these creatures so they can interact, they also have each different creature type. And what you do in the beginning of the game is you lay out several different achievements, and how they're structured is a first-come, first-served basis. Yeah. So basically it's the first person to get 7 of a specific type. can place on one of two choices. They want to place the one with the higher points.
It's harder to get, but you do want that.
Or you can place lower, like, okay, I can only do 4, I can do the lower one,
Right.
but you're more incentivized, obviously, to take the higher points because you're limited on the number of achievements you can claim.
Yeah, because once you place there, you can't place there to get
Right.
the lower achievement too. So, or if you take the lower, you can't go back.
Right,
once
and you only have a certain number of achievements that you can actually claim.
Yeah, I think there were 7.
Six.
6?
There's 6 you can claim. I think there's 7 achievements total.
Ah, that's what it is.
But these are also communal, so each person can claim them.
Right.
There's no I take it and you can't get it anymore. It's just really more lower points.
Yeah, and like a lot of stuff is like with tags, like if you have 7 Cretaceous or 4 fish or a combination of both of them.
right.
Got that confused. I just played hardcore Cretaceous. It was great. Still made it, but wow, I had a lot of those cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also combo on this, we forgot about eggs.
Oh yeah, there's
So
eggs.
yeah, we forgot about eggs. So
Hatching.
that's right. Well, the other thing you can do too, you can get eggs on the island because there's creatures. There's going to be eggs,
Baby creatures.
And when you place your crew, if you place it on an egg, then you can claim that egg, put it into your little tableau, and you can use these eggs by hatching them to make up for that requirement for your achievements. So if you only have like 6 monkeys on your tableau cards, you need a 7th, you can use a monkey egg. Yes, monkeys come in eggs.
It's a real thing.
Yep, it's a fact.
They're wondrous.
In order to make up the difference on that and be able to claim that achievement.
Right, and so like it goes kind of back to the tag system. You're spending those to tag a different thing, but once you do those, they flip over. But there is ways to unhatch your hatched eggs.
Exactly.
Because they're wondrous creatures, and why wouldn't they unhatch?
Exactly. Makes total sense.
Yeah, 100%. Right. And so the next action and the fourth action is recharge. So that's like you gather all your crew back to your home base, in a sense, your tableau in front of you, and then you move your time marker down on the time track. You flip over a little tile, and it will either tell you that you can put out eggs, and then you also get to place out a singular hex tile to cover up and kind of move around.
Another habitat.
Yeah, habitat.
Yep.
That's what it's called. A hex habitat on the board to then move around and like be able to change like bonus effects and or what they do to get more in certain areas.
Right. So you're really changing the board state. And obviously,
and you can hate draft somebody.
Right.
You can do it to like mess people up, or you can do it to help yourself out.
Right. And again, it's a first come, first serve. So if you're the first one to go there and get it, you can make the state better for what you're going for.
Right.
Or
you can
kind
ruin
of mess
the
up
other person. Right. Especially if you can look at their tableau and you can see all of what they're doing, and you might want to be able to do that. And that's the 4 main actions. And so, Jason,
then part of the recharge, you also discard down to 5 cards.
The sweep.
That is kind of a cool ability.
It's wonderful.
Because what it means is that during your normal turn, you can have as many cards in your hand as you want.
Right.
There's no throwing away after every turn. It's just during those recharge instances.
That's super huge, right? Like you were saying, because one, I appreciate that because you can strategize a plan, which helps. And when you do the sweep action, when it does happen in recharge, if there's eggs, then you can clear the wilderness, is what they call it too, and get new stuff out there.
Right.
So like
new creatures.
It doesn't get stale. So that's like really, really great in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically you'll be doing all this, and this is going to give you a ton of things to do and a ton of points. There are points everywhere in this game. There's points on cards. There's end game points. There's points on the achievements. There's singular points you can make throughout the game. And on top of that, when you get all these points and you claim all these eggs and you put these achievements, for each one you do at certain thresholds, there's even other bonuses that you get.
Yeah, on the outside of the board, right? You have your score track.
Yep.
And then once you get past certain like score amounts, you unlock or gain resources and or other habitat hex tiles that you can put on the board.
And when every time you take an achievement, you select from the 6 achievement locations that you have.
That's great.
And you can get one special ability. Some sort of special resource. So it's like resources or nets. Or
any 2 resources, take nets, recall your crew, which is huge.
Right.
I did that twice. It was awesome. Different cards. And then you can get 3 instant points like right away. And then I think the last one is... I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, but it does something. It's just great. And you can pick which way you want them to go. You don't have to do it.
Right. So as you can see, there is a lot of different... relationship and strategy, even in how you play in the order of play. Right. You also mentioned nets. We forgot about that.
Yeah, nets are great.
Powerful.
Jason was crushing it with the nets. He had an
4
early
nets like turn 2.
Oh my gosh! And like so, what you can do with nets is that if you're adjacent to a net in the game, an egg with your net, you can capture the egg by scooping it up
Right.
and taking it into your tableau.
Or if you're in a special next to a special location,
Yep.
you can take that special location, which is great because that usually means getting a whole much more resources with a single placement.
Yeah, he had 4 of them, and he was just breaking it
My first 3 turns were just.
I was a little jealous. I mean, you start off with 2, so that's nice. The game gives you a good
2 nets.
Here you go.
Yep.
You're not useless in the wild looking for creatures, so that helps. But yeah, it's just like it's super great. And then again, each player has an asymmetrical board with some sort of ability that you can do. You can pull cards out of the discard, take cards off the top of the card pile, and things like that. So there's so much manipulation and replayability. And comboing is just like through the roof.
Absolutely.
It's a blast.
It's absolutely a blast. We had so much fun with this. End game, there are 2 different triggers.
Yeah.
So every time you take an achievement, you get a trophy. It's a 3-point trophy. Once you run out of trophies, that triggers end game.
Right.
Or if the first person goes all the way on the time track and hits the end spot, that also triggers the end game, which is nice because that means that if people are doing what they're supposed to be doing, that's an end game. If people are not supposed to do what they're doing, there's an end game.
Right.
This way it's not...
You can't sit there and just stall.
Exactly.
Like, to just get more points. I mean, you have to play strategically.
Yeah, all around fantastic game.
But it's a blast. I mean, seriously, I can't wait to play it again and get to the table.
Yeah.
So, Wondrous Creatures is coming to Kickstarter on October 25th. So definitely check out the link in the bio. Take a look. It's a great game if you love worker placement games and drafting.
And engine building.
Yep. A little area control. I mean, it has it all. Yeah. So definitely check them out. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment what your favorite, legendary mystical creature is.
Yep.
Mine would be the Griffin.
Mine is a unicorn all the way.
Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, check you next time.